So it's pretty gentle. We're going to start with a very gentle sort of facial massage. We're going to do some opening of an important gate in our hips and a little bit of acupressure, coherent with some of Jin's teaching of your focus on the kidney. But we're doing a nourishing. We're nourishing the kidney. We often forget to nourish in our lives. We may do purges, we may do cleanses, we may do all kinds of things, but we also want to combine that with nourishing. So for the kidneys, they tend to get cold, so we need to keep them warm. That's very key. So if you feel cold, put some sweater on or a little rice sock in your low back area. Just keep aware of that. Then we're going to do a very nurturing heart massage and a little bit of a shaking, very gentle, and something we call tapping on the door of life to wake up the kidneys for the day. And then we'll end with something called Phoenix Rises, which is a very beautiful Qigong flow that has a beautiful metaphor. And so Jin's got some music that we'll do. I'll cue her up for that. Wanted to mention a real quick thing about the full moon because we're still under the influence of the full moon. And I don't know how many of you have been feeling any of that influence, but the note is that the moon isn't doing bad things to us that make us crazy. Whatever we have in us that's in balance is impacted by the increased energy existing in the moon. And if we are not in balance, if we're not in equanimity in our body, if there's something off, or in our emotions, they become exacerbated by this energy. So really we're aiming to find that ease, that equanimity. My daughter's father-in-law wound up in the emergency room yesterday and with something in his body that just kicked out. And, you know, he's had something going along. And I think the thing is, if we're exhausted, depleted, we don't have the energy to rise with that full moon. So that's just something to keep in mind as we do practices, as we're working to find ease and equanimity, nurturing in the body and in the emotions. And then we can swing with the full moon and we can swing with the dark moon and we'll be okay. We'll get their gifts and their virtues. All right, so Jin, Maestro Jin, how about we start up some music? And then what we'll do is start with a seated place, easy, comfortable. If you're sitting on the floor, whatever is most comfortable for your knees. Wiggle your spine a little. Come to having space between the vertebrae. So you're rising above your sits bones, like on air. Now warm your hands together. And make them really toasty warm. And this is a beautiful practice you can do anywhere. Just allow your hands come gently up the center along your nose, your forehead. When we bring touch to ourselves, we bring all of the benefits and virtues that we would receive from another's touch. We get the same cascade of emotional hormones that are beneficial. Sense of self-love. Make 10 little fingertips like this. We call this 10 dragons running through the forest, and we drag our fingers through the scalp, down the back of the scalp. Make palms and flat palms and press down your neck. Feel that tension release. Reach behind your shoulders if you can and just pull forward and down. Wiggle your neck. Release tension held here. Again, fingers through the hair. All sorts of important points up here. Flat palms down your neck. You can even do a few little seesaws and release the tension under your bony ridge, the occiput. Remember, your own touch is magic. Reach behind your shoulders again. Drag feel the drag and pulling forward and then down to release tension. Wiggle your neck. One more time. Fingers through the hair. Down the neck. Reach behind that little, we call it the widower's hump, and then drag your fingers over and across your shoulders and down. Jaw release. And we're going to do some hip circles. I'm sitting in a chair. We're going to do some acupressure points too. So just put however you can, if you're sitting on the floor, so you can get a little bit of a stretch in the hip. Release the hip with some circles. Qigong is circular. It moves qi and blood. Qi, broadly defined as energy, many different types of energy. You can change directions whenever you want with your hip circles. You find your own need. You can press on your knee. Gong means skillful. We're using skillful means to move the qi through the body. And we're going to activate a few essential acupuncture points, essential for our energy. So the first one we're going to do is called liver 3. Between the big toe and the second toe, there's that web. There's a gushy place. If you draw your finger back along there, we're just going to pulsate first finger, like bump, 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 bump. Pulsate that point. Smooths the flow of qi, so everything in your body can move nice and freely. Pulsating this up to 60 times, a few pulses per second, really. Liver 3, smooth the flow of qi. And bring your hand up to, here's the ankle, inner ankle bone. Place your first finger in the middle of that ankle bone, where your little finger is, just inside the tibia bone there. Very important point for all things woman. Please don't do this point though if you're pregnant. But if you're not, this is the liver, the spleen, and the kidney meridians here. Kidney in our medicine is a lot to do with our endocrine system. Nice circles, deep, maybe sensitive there. That's okay. It's often sensitive. So it's tonifying all 3 of those systems, the kidneys in our medicine, linked to the liver, the heart, the lungs. Now we'll switch leg. The other leg up on your knee or some way if you're sitting. You can get a nice stretch in your hip with some hip circles. Oof. I can never get enough of it. It's easy to do sitting at a desk, sitting almost anywhere. It'll help so that it opens the gates of the legs so that the meridians of the low body can communicate upward. The ones in the upper body can communicate down. Nice circles. Switch directions as you like. Now we're going to activate that liver 3 on the other foot, drawing your finger up between the big toe and the second toe to the gushy spot, pulsating. Pulsating, pulsating, pulsating. You can do it with your thumb, whichever finger's easiest. Pulsating in deeper. Can be tender. Activating this essential meridian, the flow of qi in our whole body. up to 60 times. Now bring your hand again up to that inner ankle bone. The edge of your pinky finger on the middle of that bone. Where your first finger is, draw back behind the tibia bone. Gushy spot there, can be tender. Again, we don't want to do this point if we're pregnant. Maestro Jin, are we on becoming? Let's pause for half a second if you might. Just pause this for a second until we're done with this. Actually, you can keep going. I am so sorry to get you up and down, Maestro Jin, our DJ. We can keep it going. We're doing spleen 6, which is the 3 yin meridian, the liver, kidney, and the spleen. Put your feet back where they're comfortable on the ground. Place your fingers again on the edge of the belly button. And actually, if you make your arms like wherever they're like at a L shape, where your hand goes here, that hits on an important meridian for our digestion, which is the beginning of everything for our acquired energy system. I'm just going to make gentle circles here. Again, if you're sitting, you can do this before and after you eat to help the transformation of your food. Super nice when you're going to sleep at night as well. Just feel that. Sometimes it's lumpy and tense there. We're going to let that release. Feel the warmth of your hand. Now let one hand slip down to your lower belly below the belly button and the other up to your heart center. Feel the warmth of your hand. Feel the connection between the two hands. As you inhale, you can almost feel like you're straightening a string of pearls to activate the connection between your heart, your lower dantian, this area of the vital energy below the belly button, the womb space for woman. It's an essential connection between the kidney and the heart. One informs the other. They both inform each other. Kidneys, essential energy, the heart warming for the kidney and the vital energy waters. Now make some gentle circles over the heart center, warming this area in which we hold our emotions, warming, nurturing this area within. Move your hand right over under the clavicle here, the collarbone. It's the beginning of the lung meridian, warming here so lungs can take in good, clear qi on your inhale. You can exhale all of the CO2 and residue that needs to exhale. Part of this body's innate cleansing system that works so beautifully. I'm just going to take these warmth, melting any emotions of grief and sadness. Slowly stroke down your inner arm, the pathway of the heart and the lung meridians. Down your hand. Flick any emotions that need to go to the earth. Just let it go. Shake those emotions out. Mother Earth will deal with it. Rise with your hand up and draw in energy down the back of your hand and back of your arm. Pure heavenly qi, warming back into the heart. Let the other hand sink down to your low belly, lower dantian, womb space for woman, creative center, warming circles along your heart, warming, melting any emotions of sadness held here, and instead bringing in this self-love, this touch of your own being, the love that you would feel giving another, bringing into yourself, and over under your shoulder, collarbone. Again, warming, bringing in this beautiful moment of presence to yourself. Gently stroking down anything that needs to go down your inner arm. Feel the warmth of your hand. Going slow enough you can feel the warmth down your palm, taking all of these, any negative energies from the heart and the lungs, and flicking them to the earth, shaking them off, letting them go. And rising your hand back up to the heavens and stroking in beautiful clear chi back into the heart. Bring your hands down between your breast, along the sternum, along the rib cage, behind your back to rest on the kidney area. Again, feel the warmth of your hands here, allowing your spine to be easy, elongated between the vertebrae. At some point, your body might inhale naturally. That's a beautiful moment. That's your body releasing. It happens on its own. You cannot force it. Warming here, knowing that you are releasing any feelings of fear held in the kidney. Warming the kidney. As I said, the kidney is susceptible to cold. We want to keep it warm. Even when we feel fearful, there's a sense of cold to that, so we bring warmth in. Now, bringing your hands and massage along the rib cage. Massaging, warming, melting any feelings of frustration, resentment, anger held here by the liver. Bringing your hands over your belly, make warming circles clockwise. Bringing warmth into the organs of transformation, our digestion. If you're a woman, if you're a man, you keep going this way. If you're a woman, you can bring your fingers in a triangle just below the belly button. Feel the warmth come in to your womb, your creative center. There we also need to keep warm. Women, be careful of sitting on cold concrete. Even Mother Earth, she's not been warmed by the sun, can be cold and moist. It enters in through us and resides in the reproductive area, which can cause pain. It can cause painful periods, painful low back. Keep warm, keep warm. And now what we're going to do is come into a slightly different, more active phase now. So Maestro, do you mind putting on the next bit, Monsieur? We're going to come to standing. Do 2 little standing practices to finish. So I did this with my grandson this morning, actually, this little shaking one. We just feel loose in your arms. Feel your knees be able to do a little pulsing up and down like this, right? We don't want to go chaotically. The reason is that scatters chi. But doing a little bit of loose, easy. Feel easy. Let your pelvis and your sacrum release away from your head. Now, I'm not going wild. The reason is because if you put rice in a pile in a bowl and you wanted to make it even over the pan, If you shook it too hard, the rice is going to fly out. That's our chi. You do a little shake or the popcorn so that it will all come in together nicely. That's what we're doing here, is we're letting everything release, but with a little bit of ease. Rise your heels up and down. Rising your heels, bouncing. This helps activate the first point of the kidney meridian, which is right here on the ball of your foot. So when we do this, we're activating this uprising yang kidney energy. So just do that as much as you can. If you have to put your heels down, go ahead. We need the strength of our thighs, so walking, stairs, bicycling a little bit. It helps pump the chi and the blood around. The heart can't do it itself. Okay? Yeah, easy go. Right? A little bit of a wider spread. Do something called tapping on the door of life. Here's your belly button. Right behind it on the spine. That's the door of life. Right, sits between the kidneys. And we're going to activate it. It's our energy center. Door of life. So you let your arms be heavy, like heavy ship ropes. Let the centrifugal force of your arms and the weight of your arms by themselves come along and tap behind that point and on the rib cage in front. Allow your spine to twist. Your legs are bending down and up, down and up. Activating. Look behind you if you can. If you see the wall behind you, great. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just see if you can bring a little more activity into the beautiful twist of your spine so that the chi can move up and through your spinal column. Slow back down a little bit. Just tap under that collarbone again, activating again the lungs. The kidneys have to be strong enough to grasp the lung chi for good breath. If you have difficulty with inhalation, it could be weak kidney. We need to nurture them. Good nurturing kidney foods, walnuts, and sesame seeds, all the seeds. Black beet, black thing, dark red things are good for the blood. Tap up on the top of that shoulder. There you go. Feel the weight. Back down to the lung. And under the rib cage, and then come to stillness. Feel the chi move. You might feel a vibration, vibratory. That's the yang, Y-A-N-G. That's the yang chi. I'm going to move into Phoenix Rises. It's a beautiful metaphor for anyone, that capacity to rise from the ashes. No matter what life has brought for us, we have that possibility. Come to an easy stance. You can start with your hands here in the lower belly, just begin with. We're going to rise our arms up like a phoenix, a bird soaring. Use the action behind your scapula, your shoulder bones, to pull your arms up and let them float down. Active in your palms, a little bit spread from the inside, gently. Inhale, your wings coming up. Exhale. Imagine as though you're soaring above the earth. Free. Blue sky, a cloud here and there. Imagine it, that sense of freedom. Pulling your wings up from your shoulder bones, your scapula. Letting them come down with slightly activated palms. So we're not just loose and limp. We have an activation from those scapula, letting the arms come down. This way we're activating the lung, the heart, pericardium, all those meridians of the arm. Pulling the wings up, and this time Make a beak with your hands, again, activating those heart meridians into the ears. Push out. So you're exuding heat from the palms of your hand, any heat held in the heart, any heat held in your emotional area. Let it radiate out. And then relax in with that beak to the ear. Push out. I'm now at a bit of an angle here, not like this, but like a 35-degree, 40-degree angle. Knowing you can create the boundaries you need. And then release back into that beak, into the ear. Push. We have all the strength we need in our own being. Release, soft palm, rising your arms up, and then bend down towards the earth, gathering earth chi. Imagine this golden ball of energy, pulling it in towards your heart center, your chest, your lungs. Make circles with your fingers, or your fingers sit in this cross pattern, the beginning of the lung meridian, releasing any grief or emotions held in the lung. As though there are magnets on the palms of your hand, pull off any of that energy and drop it to the earth. Rise your arms up, stretch, allow everything to just move. Big arc, protective, white energy surrounding you. Bring your hands back down. I'll do one more set. Pulling your wings up, feeling the freedom of flying and down with an exhale. Up, inhale. Blue sky, some clouds, the forest, the lake below. Inhale, everything expands, your knees straighten a little bit. And exhale, and everything bends back down. One more time, up. And bring your hands in, your beak hands, into your ears. Exhale through your mouth, exhaling any heat held in your motion. Bring your beak in. Know you're able to create the boundaries when you need to, and yet you can release them as well when it's appropriate. Bringing your beak in, letting go of heat, knowing you have all you need within you. Soft hands rising up. Bend down. Gather this beautiful earth energy, bring it into your core. Your own touch generating serotonin and all the beautiful hormones, self-love. Release anything that needs to go, rising your arms. Big arc of protective energy. Resting your hands on your low belly. Just feel the warmth of your hand. Feel the expansion within you from having inhaled and exhaled. The sense of internal smile and love from having given yourself some nurturing. Take this on into your day.
Have a good one. Bye.